Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a 3 install on a Silverado or a Sierra 2020. So we're going to have to get access to the camera cover here and also a little bit of headliner. Let's get started. So first we bend down the mirror a little bit, so that gives us some room to get to the camera cover. I'll use like a plastic card, like a credit card, or if you have gift card lying around, start with the edges over here. So you're gonna get a little clip on either side, pull it down, and it comes off just like this. You're gonna notice there's two little clips. You want to make sure you don't break these. So set that aside. Now this part is fairly simple. It just comes apart on the side, and then it just comes right down. And that's it. You get access to the camera harness. This is what we're gonna have to work with. All you gotta do, there's a little clip on the top. You have to pull it back. Then you should be able to pull the whole camera harness out. If you can't get your finger in there, you might want something sharp. Okay, so got it out. Alright, so that's what we need to do. Next, if you want to make it pretty, that's how I like to make it look. So if you want to make it look pretty, I would hide all the harnesses under this portion. So we start out by taking these two beauty covers off. Okay. And let's just take a closer look here. You're gonna notice they are, let me see if I can get some lights in here. So that's the screw hole that we have to get into. So I'll be using one of these extensions, small screwdriver. It would definitely help if you had a flashlight with you. The reason why I cover up my windshield is just there's too much light. It's unable to get the camera get a good exposure. So we have the Torx screws in there. I believe it's this guy. And alright, so we got it. Just to show you the screw, looks like this. Set that aside. Okay, the screws are out. Take your card, a little tug. If you have a tool like this, it will really help. Just gives you a nice area to grab onto. They are just held by two little retaining clips here. That's it. And now you have access to the inside. Depending on who you got your harness from, mine's from Tiny Bear. I wrapped it a little bit so it's not as sharp because it's this 3D printed casing. This is the harness, comes back into the headliner to come out. This goes to the black harness box. That's what it looks like. It has a RJ45 and a Type C. Then it goes in here. You would need this. I believe this is a separate purchase from 3. So that's what it needs to look like. I have threaded the Type C cable through the harness is the headliner as well, so that way it comes out from the windshield. And then I have brought the factory camera harness into the headliner by just pulling it down like this, so that'll give you plenty of room to work at. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna thread this end in through the headliner, goes back to where the camera would be. Might be a little bit tricky. Okay, now we're through. You can see I have the harness come through the headliner. There's a hole here that should give you plenty of room. Now we'll plug in the factory camera harness into the T harness here, or your car harness, and just tuck that away. And we're gonna plug in the Type C. Give it a little bit more here. And just like that. And we can tuck this away as well. As long as everything is kind of out of the way, we should be able to pop this back on. Now we're just left with this harness coming out, and we can just line out and plug it in, clips in, make sure it's not going anywhere, and there you go. That's how you install the harness. So what I've done, I've just taken my plastic card, I line it up to, let me get some light here. I line up to this two pieces of the that's whatever's on the windshield that's already factory installed. It is somewhere that it's not going to move. It should be very square. I line it up, and then that's how I stuck on my 3 mount. And this is pretty much exactly centered. I cannot get it any more centered than this, and it's just a little bit too high, that where the mirror covers up a little bit of the display, but it's enough for me to see majority of the stuff. So this is a pretty good guide for the Silverado Sierra height. If you just need to line it up, you barely even have to measure left and right. Just find the center of this spot is exactly center. Line it up to this peg over here, then you're good to go. Now we'll go ahead and button everything back up. There's 2 pegs over there. You just line it up first and just push it in, just like that. This is the tricky part, getting this screw back in the hole. This is probably the most finicky part about trying to hide all your wires. Just kind of had to find it. think I'm using one bit too small. This should help me align it. So you're gonna find my Comma 3 looks a little bit different. I have a CPL filter. I think it was a ThinkWare CPL filter. It just fits on there perfectly. I've installed a screen protector. That's, I think, from a Huawei phone. And so that's why it looks a little bit different. And if you look at my windshield, you're gonna notice I have made a shield that mimics the factory camera that avoids any sort of glare on your windshield. So all we gotta do right now is to plug in the Comma 3 and just glide it on the windshield. There you go. It should turn on because it's automatically powered by the harness. You don't need to do an OBD 2-port connector with the RJ45. It's a very simple install. It doesn't take that long at all. Hopefully you'll have good luck. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Enjoy your self-driving.